The Philippines is one of the most vulnerable countries, often hit by natural disasters. There are regular earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, as well as about 20 typhoons and storms. Why are there so many earthquakes in the Philippines? The Philippines' location on the Pacific Ring of Fire makes it one of the most earthquake-prone countries in the world, but this same geological activity has created the country's stunning volcanic landscapes, fertile soils, and rich mineral resources. An earthquake measuring 6.9 on the Richter scale struck off the coast of the Philippines. A powerful earthquake measuring 6.9 on the Richter scale was recorded off the coast of the Philippines. The epicenter was located 18 kilometers northeast of the city of Bogo, at a depth of about 10 kilometers. The tremors were felt by residents of the island of Cebu, located 95 kilometers from the epicenter. The death toll from a powerful 6.9 magnitude earthquake off the western coast of the Palampon region in the Philippines has risen to 69. Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. appealed to the population to remain vigilant and cooperate with local authorities. The head of the Philippine Red Cross, Richard Gordon, said that the earthquake had caused partial damage to several churches and that several schools had been evacuated. There is no electricity in the affected areas. Buildings and roads have been destroyed, and rescue workers are searching for survivors. Recovery efforts are being hampered by aftershocks and darkness. The U.S. Geological Survey has recorded 4 more earthquakes measuring 5.0 or higher on the Richter scale. There is no threat of a tsunami, where in the Philippines is the safest place in case of an earthquake. But here's what's interesting. Palawan remains the most earthquake-proof island. Unlike most regions of the Philippines, which are located along active fault lines and depressions, Palawan is located on a stable continental block, making it less prone to destructive seismic activity. What damage was there? The most damage was recorded in Cebu province and neighboring regions. In the city of San Remigio, a sports complex collapsed during a basketball game. At least 13 people were killed, including 3 Coast Guard officers and 1 firefighter. In Dambantayan, the facade of St. Rita's Church collapsed, and the town hall building was also damaged. Hospitals in Bogo and surrounding towns are overwhelmed. Debris litters the streets, and residents are being evacuated from their homes. Rescue workers, the military, police, and volunteers are searching for victims, including with the help of dogs. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, PHIVOLCS, reported a series of aftershocks and warned of a possible tsunami for the provinces of Cebu, Leyte, and Bilaran. In addition, a minor eruption of the Taal volcano, located 70 kilometers from Manila, was recorded, but the danger level was not raised. Cebu Governor Pam Barraquaturo urged residents to remain calm and said that the central government had promised immediate assistance. Schools and businesses have been closed while experts assess the condition of buildings. Significant damage was also reported in neighboring towns. In San Remigio, a sports complex collapsed while people were inside. At least 1 person is known to have died, and at least 20 people were taken to hospital. Some of the affected areas are difficult to reach because bridges were destroyed by the earthquake. Due to ongoing aftershocks, people in Bogo are staying outdoors. The Archbishop of Cebu has urged believers to refrain from visiting churches until authorities have checked their safety. This is important because Cebu was one of the first Philippine islands colonized by Spain in the 16th century, and it is home to many ancient temples. The country is located on the geologically unstable Ring of Fire and is in the path of typhoons that hit it annually from the Pacific Ocean. It is noteworthy that the 7 people who died as a result of the earthquake lived in a village built for the victims of Typhoon Haiyan, which struck central Philippines 12 years ago and claimed the lives of more than 6,000 people. The villagers have once again experienced a natural disaster. Latest earthquakes in the Philippines in the last 24 hours. Friday, October 3rd, 2025. Strongest today, in the last 24 hours. There have been 271 earthquakes with a magnitude of up to 5.3 in the Philippines. 1 earthquake with a magnitude of 5 or higher. 3 earthquakes with a magnitude of 4 to 5. 21 earthquakes with a magnitude of 3 to 4, 124 earthquakes with a magnitude of 2 to 3, 122 earthquakes with a magnitude of less than 2. The largest earthquakes in the Philippines. The strongest in 10 years. The strongest earthquake to hit the Philippines in the last 10 years was a 7.6 magnitude earthquake 1 year and 44 weeks ago, which occurred in Caraga, Philippines on Saturday, December 2nd, 2023, at 22:37 local time, Asia/Manila GMT +8. The earthquake occurred 36 kilometers north of Bislig at a depth of 40 kilometers. According to information from Russian tour operators, the powerful earthquake in the north of Cebu Island did not affect popular tourist resorts. Cebu International Airport, the second busiest in the Philippines, continued to operate, but at least 2 seaports were affected. Tourist locations and resorts were not affected. There were no casualties among foreign tourists. The earthquake was not felt in Manila either, as the epicenter was 1,000 kilometers away. Seismologists have warned that further tremors are possible in the coming days, although their strength is expected to gradually decrease. Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has expressed his condolences to the victims' families. The authorities have mobilized forces to search for survivors and restore. Philippines, Cebu Island, Bogo, October 2nd. A local earthquake survivor sits next to the coffins of her 2 children. The earthquake, with a magnitude of 6.9, struck the central part of the Philippines on Tuesday evening, killing at least 69 people, hundreds more missing or injured. As a result of the collapse of buildings.It is noted that 559 people were injured. The element affected the lives of more than 360,000 people, of whom more than 77,000 were forced to leave their homes. Also, as a result of the earthquake, destroyed buildings, disrupted transport infrastructure. A state of emergency remains in place in the province of Cebu. Major earthquakes in the world in 2025. On January 2nd, a magnitude 4.8 earthquake struck Yongning County in Yinchuan, China, with the origin at a depth of 10 kilometers, followed by a magnitude 4.6 earthquake in the Jinfeng urban area on the same day. As a result of the rampant disaster, 6 people were injured. About 5,000 people were recognized as needing resettlement after the disaster hit. On January 7th, a magnitude 6.8 earthquake struck Shigads County in China's Tibet Autonomous Region. The origin lay at a depth of 10 kilometers. After the earthquake, more than 1.2 thousand aftershocks were recorded, including 33 aftershocks of magnitude 3.0 and above. As a result of the earthquake, 126 people were killed. 61.5 thousand people were injured. On January 21st, a magnitude 6.4 earthquake struck Taiwan. The earthquake occurred 50 kilometers northeast of the city of Tainan. According to the Central Meteorological Administration of Taiwan, the origin lay at a depth of 9.7 kilometers. As a result of the rampant disaster, 26 people were injured and sought medical assistance. On February 15th, an earthquake with magnitude 6.4 occurred in the Altai Republic. The epicenter was located 1.3 km from the village of Belter in Kashigache district. As reported in the head of the Ministry of Emergency Situations in Altai Krai, residents felt tremors in Zarinsk, Biisk, Belokurica zones, and in Barnaul. March 12th, in the city of Osh in the south of Kyrgyzstan, there was an earthquake with magnitude 5. According to the Republic's Minister of Emergency Situations, Bubek Azakiev, 25 residential houses, one of which was declared emergency and dangerous for living, 12 schools, a kindergarten and a family health center were damaged in the region. On 28th March, a magnitude 7.7 earthquake struck Myanmar, 12 kilometers from the town of Saguing. The origin lay at a depth of 10 kilometers. The tremors were felt in neighboring countries, Bangladesh, India, Thailand, Laos, and China. The head of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, said that the earthquake killed more than 3.6 thousand people. About 5,000 were injured. More than 50,000 buildings were destroyed.